Our lives have changed quite a bit since the start of this pandemic, our work lives and our personal lives as well, of course. And with no end really in sight or no clear path out, and with businesses still having to operate and get things done, it's becoming increasingly clear to employers, to supervisors, that we need to think about how to sustain the motivation of employees through this difficult period. And so we'll review a few ways that this could be done. Let me first start out by listing 5 ways in which work has changed. So certainly there are many people who have lost their jobs or have been furloughed, but even others who keep being employed have seen their workloads being reduced dramatically. People working in sales, for example, might have seen their prospects diminish and find it difficult to find customers to talk to. For others, the workload has increased rather dramatically. Think about people who are supporting the whole infrastructure in terms of information technology. Think about our healthcare workers working incredibly long shifts. So that's another set of changes that has occurred and that can lead to demotivation or certainly depletion of energy. An increasing number of people are working in dangerous conditions that didn't need to worry about their safety previously, but now do. Our first responders, of course, but even people in retail restocking our shelves. So that concern for safety can also take away from the motivation and energy one puts into work. Finally, or not finally, a fourth point is how the work itself is being conducted has changed. So we need to look no further than education to know that most universities switched almost overnight to teaching online. Look at many, again, healthcare professionals, medical doctors doing telemedicine. So that's just a different way of doing work in which people who have been very competent previously now might feel incompetent or not sufficiently well equipped, which can be demotivating as well. And finally, a large proportion of us are working out of home, out of an office that is not equipped to help us do the work that the way we usually do it, and an environment in which work and family have dramatically collided. So here again, concerns about being able to achieve one's goal, being competent enough, being supported enough, that could all be detrimental to motivation. One way of thinking about how to motivate employees is to think about how we can help them feel safe and secure, feel that their life is relatively predictable. How can we help them feel connected to others, socially connected to others? And finally, how can we help them feel competent, feel that they can accomplish the work with the same level of competence they previously had, or with the competence they might need given the new circumstances? So in terms of helping employees feel safe and secure or giving them a sense of predictability, there's certainly much that can be done just simply in terms of providing an environment where employees feel safe. So, for example, enabling giving employees gloves or masks. Domino Pizza is planning to do this, limiting the number of cash registers that are open. Costco is doing this. But also enabling employees to work from home or even to pay for the time that they need to spend taking care of their children while schools are closed, for example, can help employees feel safe and secure. Allowing employees to shift around their work hours to get work done during the times that are most convenient to them is another way of allowing individuals to have some sort of level of control over their environment. It's also important to help employees that need it continue to feel connected with others. Feeling connected with others is a source of emotional and mental well-being, so that's important. Companies are doing this by having virtual social hours, playing games together. I think Vimeo is a company that's doing this. But even programs like mentoring can continue virtually with mentors taking the pulse of employees, demonstrating how they're supportive emotionally and socially, even providing opportunities for visibility and connections in a virtual world. So those are ways to help employees continue to feel connected at work. And it's also really crucial that employees can feel accomplished. Being in an organization where our competence is put to good use and is valued is important. And so employers could do this by recognizing individuals who have developed or have really good virtual world skills, but also offer training to help employees pivot and feel more confident in this new workplace as it's becoming more normal and not just kind of winging it. Another way to feel accomplished is that companies use to help their employees is to allow them, for example, to volunteer in other places to put their skills and competence to good use elsewhere. So you see this with many pharma companies that are allowing their employees to provide diagnostic or treatment or even health support as a form of volunteering. So again, helping employees feel safe, secure, give them a sense of predictability, help employees feel still connected to the rest of the organization, to their peers and to others, and helping them feel accomplished can be critical to enhancing motivation. In addition to thinking about employees and their specific needs, one can also, or probably should, think again about how work is getting done. Do we really need to still do everything that we did previously? What are some new roles that didn't exist before? And can I provide employees with some level of decision making around these tasks? And it's also important to provide feedback. So again, in these times where we're crunched for time, where we're not working out of our usual spaces, it's important to focus on the essentials, what really needs to get done. It's also key to empower employees. It gives that sense of control I was talking about before, but it also allows employees to work at their best, and that can be quite motivating. Adding new roles. Some companies have, for example, added greeters at the entrance of their office spaces, or having somebody that's in charge of safety for COVID in response to COVID-19 could be some new roles. And then for those of you or of us managing teams, allowing the team to decide amongst themselves how they're going to get their work done so that it would enable them to redistribute their workload, allows them to address perhaps issues of fairness in terms of who does more or less, provides these opportunities for closeness and social connection I was talking about before, and enables people to learn from each other as well, which can develop a sense of competence. And finally, finding ways for these teams or these employees to keep receiving feedback, which can be harder when working from a virtual space. A third way to think about sustaining motivation during a pandemic, during these times, is to review goals. So it's very clear that a lot of what we were supposed to be doing up to this point can no longer be achieved. The situation and circumstances have changed so drastically that for employees that are working on goals and that are rewarded based on goal achievement, that those goals are no longer attainable, which can reduce motivation drastically, or the rewards that one anticipated to be associated with this performance and reaching goals is also not available. So here it's key to discuss with employees what is still achievable, whether new goals perhaps have emerged or goals can be shifted or reprioritized, and as well within organizations thinking about other ways in which achieving performance can be rewarded, for example, if bonuses are no longer available. In summary, if you're concerned with your employees' motivation, there are three paths that are connected really to think about as you're devising strategies. One is ensuring you understand what your team members and your employees need. Rethinking, do we really need to keep doing work the same way we've done before? And also reevaluating, reprioritizing goals, and helping employees understand how they might be able to achieve them. If any of these strategies work for you, I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to hear about other ones you might have implemented as well. Good luck.